What's good, my people? Welcome back to Bobaleeky Speaky, man. How is life? How is everything? Fall is upon us, man. And it's a little bit it's concerning. It's concerning that fall is upon us because this is when the seasonal depression starts to kick in for a lot of people. Around this time it's still okay cuz you still got the pretty you got pretty nature and stuff going on. November's cool because you got Thanksgiving, you got family time, Christmas is Santa and shit like that. But then after that, that's when it gets into January, February, March, the worst months to be alive, in my opinion. Because there's no, like, it's cold as balls outside and there's nothing to do. There is nothing to do during that time. Um it's a rough time, man. It's a rough time to be alive. It's a rough time to be in a relationship. I remember I was in a relationship in the wintertime. Never get into a relationship in the wintertime. That's just asking for a breakup because they ain't shit to do. They ain't shit to do. So unless you are going to date someone that doesn't like to do anything, that's fine. But if you dating somebody that likes to do something, tell them let's wait till April. Let's just hold this thing off till April, man, because if you date somebody January for you meet some girl at a New Year's Eve party or something, and then you're dating, you can already chalk that thing up that she's breaking up with you, man, because y'all ain't doing nothing. Yeah, man, I just don't like it. I just feel like with the cold, it should just end after New Year's Eve. I feel like once the ball drops, then the degrees should go up. That's what I think, you know? Because I don't know, man. There's no point of cold anymore. There's no point to have cold. It just makes no sense to have it because you want snow during Christmas morning, right? You want snow, you want cold, you want cozy fire and stuff like that. But once the holidays are done, you're done with that. You're like, let's just get back to warm weather. So if you live in a cold climate, good luck. And I'm right there with you, man. We're going to suffer. We're going to troop together. We're going to troop through it together. But yeah, my life's going well right now. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good today. But you know me, it's a what is those things called? It's a pendulum. I don't know. It's a volatile. There we go. It's volatile, man. I'm good, and then 5 minutes later, I'm like, that's how I get. I got those 5 minute moods. So when someone asks, "Hey, how you doing?" It's like, "Hey, I'm good now. But ask me again in 5 minutes." We'll see. I might be talking about how cold the world is, right? But then, 2 minutes later, I'm like, "Hey, man," you know, I'm like a Teletubby. I'm just gonna squeeze you, and I'm all colorful and shit like that. But yeah, man. I'm feeling pretty good though, man. I'm feeling pretty good. I think I've had a realization this week though. I've had a real crazy realization, and I think I'm scared of success. I'm actually scared of having success. And the way that I figured that out is a very weird way, man. But I noticed myself, I was watching the Cubs the other day. And at a certain point, I caught myself rooting against them. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, man. Like, we kind of getting a little too close to the World Series. Like, I think we got to lose, you know? And I sat there afterwards. I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you not root for your team to win? And I'm like, because we're getting too close to the goal. We're getting to not that we're that close, but we're getting closer to the goal. And it's like, why would you not want that? And it's because I'm scared of it's not gonna be what I expect it to be, man. I haven't had one of my teams win a championship since then, back in the day. And that's always the goal when you go into the season, is always like, we're gonna win a title, and then you always have that, you always build it up, right? You build it up, and then you get there, and then you're like, but is it gonna feel how I expect it to feel, how I want it to feel? Is it worth it? And I noticed that was such a realization, and I applied it to more things in my life, and it's all these things of like, You root for yourself until it gets real. All 162 games, you're rooting for yourself, right? You're rooting for yourself in those lower stake games when you're far away from the goal, right? But the closer you get to what you want in life, the closer that you start to see the things that you want come to you or get closer and make progress proceeding towards them. Once you actually start to see them in your path get closer, then you root against yourself and you say, no, no, no. And you pull back and you don't continue to pursue. And then you say, this is getting too real. This is getting too close. I don't know if this is making any sense to you guys. It's making sense to me. I don't know if it's making sense to you guys, though. Pretty much to sum it all up, I like to live in the dream. I like to live in the dream of life. I like to live in the dream of what I say that I want. And it's like, oh, it's like I want to have this in life and I want to pursue this. I want this and that. But then when I actually start to see that that can get closer, I get scared of it. Is it going to be what I expect it to be? And also, am I going to be able to hold on to it? That's another thing as well. That's one big thing that scares me is like, if I even get what I want, not only is it going to be what I expected it to be, but am I going to be able to keep it? Because I don't want to experience it if it is going to be taken from me. But at the same time, it's like you gotta go for it anyway, and you can't be scared about that. And you can't look that far ahead, and that's what I do. And I think that's what messes me up too much is that I do look too far ahead, and then I start creating scenarios. I start creating things that aren't even there yet, and they might not ever show up. But since I put them there mentally, they're blocks, and then it keeps a barrier between me and that. So, dude, I had some of the craziest introspection about myself watching the Cubs, bro. And who would have thought that baseball would have done that? But yeah, I was like, because I was sitting there, I was like, why am I rooting for Milwaukee right here? Because it's like, oh, wow, you guys are actually getting closer to the goal. And I'm scared of the goal because what if the goal doesn't feel as good as I want it to? I'd rather live in the dream of how I expect it to feel, but not actually experiencing it. Again, I don't know if this makes any sense or not, but that's just how I felt. And I really sat there and I was like, dang, this was such an eye opener for me. And I got to work on that, bro. But it was something, it was a crazy realization though, that's for sure. So now I got to want success and not be worried about how I'm going to feel. Not be worried, not overthink the emotions of it. Go after what you want, be what you want, live the life you want, and not worry about how it's going to feel. Don't worry about what's the future going to hold with it. Let the future figure that out. And most likely, the future is not even going to be what it is that you said. Or sorry, it's not going to be what you are thinking that it is. You're just overthinking it, man. I notice so many times the things that I think in my brain that are going to happen in my life never end up happening in the sense of the negative things. It's like, oh man, you're going to feel this way. This is going to happen. This interaction's going to go like this. It's like, oh man. And then you go through and you waste all this time and energy going through something, going through this whole movie in your head about how something's going to go and it goes nothing like that. And it's like, why did I sit there and believe this bullshit? Because it didn't even happen this way. And that's what's crazy. It's like watching, what is it? It's like watching a documentary, like a history channel, right? And they make a whole film about something that happened in history, but it's totally wrong, right? It's totally wrong than what actually happened, right? It's like they be talking about the Civil War and, they say the Civil War was fought by, Chinese people, and they got all these false things in there. But then we still continue to believe it. We still continue to watch it and believe that that's what happened. We continue to watch that show. We continue to watch that history. When in reality, that's not we know it's not true, but we're still continuing to believe it. It's the same thing with our own brains. It's like you've been clearly wrong about what happened in the history of my life over and over and over again, but I still continue to believe what the brain is saying. I still continue to believe what my thoughts are telling me, even though they've been wrong time and time again, but I still listen to it. Gotta stop listening to it. Not that you can never listen to yourself, right? You have intuition, you're smart, you know things, but there's a lot of times we know when to listen and when to not listen. We know it deep down. We just can't do it, and it's tough. But anyway, yeah, dude, I be kind of just keep going with this, man. I don't know. It's just been a realization, bro. And it came in such a dumb way, man. It came through sports. I don't know how, bro, but hey, that's the beauty of life, man. Is you don't know how you're going to get your realizations about yourself. They could come through anywhere, right? Most of my realizations come usually when I'm taking a shit, which is crazy. Usually I'm in the middle of shitting, bro, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Wow. This is why you have trouble, right? As I'm wiping, I'm like, oh my gosh. Wow. This is what happened in your childhood. Oh, this is what happened, with, you know what I mean? You get these realizations about yourself, man. Most of the time they come then. It's in the middle of a movement, bowel movement. But this time happened with something else. Happened with a baseball game, bro. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? But again, that's the beauty of life, man. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to end it right there, I think. And I will see you guys soon. I got an update coming for next week. I'm going to try to get a video done, man. I got a crazy week next week. I'm going to be talking about it, but I'm still going to try to get a video up on Tuesday. I might have to shoot it beforehand though, because again, I got a busy week, but I'll be updating y'all on that. So anyway, that being said, I love you guys. As always, God bless you.